Hey everyone, this is Joseph again with Cordell Christian Organic Salon. We are a full-service organic hair salon where we have our own line of handmade organic hair care that I've engineered over the last nearly decade. And that's something we love to share with all of our clients and guests. And we also have spa services such as hydrofacials and different kinds of electric therapies for tightening the skin, rejuvenating the skin. And those are things that we love to promote to people. But one of the coolest things that we use in our facial services, and we use it alongside our other electrotherapies, it's something that I'm going to try to explain without getting too scientific, which is something I often get accused of. But I'm excited to share it with you guys. So I have my little pamphlet here, and I have my device. So here's the device. Okay, it is a gadget. So this is called Scenar therapy. Scenar therapy is basically this device you can see on the pamphlet. Okay, so Scenar is not just one device, it is a series of devices. There's a bunch out there in the market, and what these devices do is they are basically a remote control for your health. That's probably the easiest way to explain it. Now, a lot of people are thinking, a remote control for my health? Well, you see, your body is completely electric, inside and out, in every way, shape, or form. We don't typically get taught that in school. Most people don't think about that. But the fact is that every aspect of our living tissue is carrying electrical charges, sending, receiving information at various different levels, using electromagnetic signalings. But the way the body communicates most specifically is through our nervous system. Our nervous system is the pathway of communication between all the tissues, the brain, the organs. And there's three different kinds of nerve fibers. There's A, B, and C. And so your C fibers are the ones that comprise most of your nervous system, but they're also the smallest, and they're also what's called unmyelinated, which means they don't have a little coating around them. And so they're embedded basically down in your skin tissue surrounding all of your skin. These are like sensors basically that dump out chemicals. They're also responsible for the inflammation response or the pain that you get from an injury. And so your brain will use these C fibers to release regulatory peptides and neurotransmitters to help basically heal and stabilize and recover from injury. Now, basically what Scenar stands for is kind of the explanation of what Scenar does. It's a self-controlled neuroadaptive regulator. This particular version is called DNOS, which is Dynamic Electric Neuroadaptive Stimulator. So I'm going to try to give you a really simple example of how this works, and then I'll explain what we do with the device. Okay, so in our pamphlet, you can see, let me back it up here, you can see that there is a diagram here. I'm going to straighten this out just a little bit. And so you can see basically you have your brain, here's your C fibers, right? And then so what's happening is the device is creating a signal that travels through the C fiber to the brain and basically creates a loop. We call that a biofeedback loop or a reflex biofeedback loop. And so the idea is the device is creating frequencies through your skin. It has an electrode on it, and an electrode touches the skin, and then there's a bunch of different types of settings in the device. And by creating these signals on the skin through the C fibers, we're able to basically send in a signal and receive a signal back. Send a signal in, receive a signal back. And start sort of creating this sort of music with the body with frequencies through the neural pathways that gets the body to basically respond and to dump out these chemicals that we're looking for, so the body can basically increase its efficiency at healing. Now, this particular version, the reason I really like it is because number one, it's very affordable. Number two, it is very easy to use. Number three, it comes from Russia, which is where Scenar technology was first designed and created. There are a few American and European companies who produce variations of Scenar technology, but often cost a lot of money, and most of the Russian versions cost a lot of money. And then they usually have cheaper versions for home use from some of these bigger companies, but usually the home user versions are still pretty expensive and are pretty limited on what you're able to actually do with this. Here in the United States, this would be considered an over-the-counter microcurrent device. Okay, not much different than a microcurrent that you would buy for either using like a TENS unit, transcutaneous nerve stimulation, or microcurrent for facelifting, right? Which this can be used for both similar purposes. The big difference is that the waves it creates are shaped like neurowaves, and they're constantly changing according to your skin's reading in nanoseconds using algorithms. And all of the frequencies correspond to natural physiology happening within the body, so we can prompt and help the body regulate itself better. Great for skin rejuvenation, treatments in the face, neck, help boost your immune system, help reduce pain and swelling. And it's really an amazing technology that, it's been around for almost 50 years, and it's just now making its way into America. And I learned about it on my journey to learning about a lot of different electrotherapies that have amazing value for human health. So the way this device works is it has a screen, it has a bunch of buttons on it. And so when the device turns on, I have a list of settings I can scroll through. Okay, and so basically it has 24 programs that are designed by the Russian medical team who designs these, because in Russia, they use these in healthcare. It's a common part of their healthcare there. And so all these programs correspond to treatments that were designed by a team of doctors for various general problems. Some examples would be allergy, pain, internal pain, bloating, dystonia, gynecological pain, gynecology, hypertension. And so these programs, when you click on it, it shows where to hold the device and what accessory to use if it's calling for an accessory for hands-free use, because there is a little way to plug in different types of accessories to work on, like eyes, has goggles, has all these different things for doing hands-free treatments of areas. And then there's a list of frequencies. Now, a list of frequencies is really where I come in. A list of frequencies is where a professionally trained scanner therapist or researcher, such as myself, I've invested a ton of time in learning how to use all the frequencies and how to combine them, which is basically what the programs are doing. But when you have someone who's a more advanced practitioner learning those and using those for people, it can get a more targeted treatment. Now, classic scanner therapy is where we turn the device on to a setting corresponding to what we're wanting to work on. And then what we would do is we would place the device on the skin. We'd begin turning the signal up, because the signal has different strengths. And once the signal reaches and there's a lot of different ways to use scanner, by the way. This is just the most classic way, is you'll hear the device making a buzzing noise. That's the contact of the device with the C fibers. And so this allows us to listen and scan the body for disturbances in those C fibers where the noise changes and the intensity drops off or jumps up. And we can see changes in color in the skin where the blood flow changes. Because scanner also works on other levels in the local area that doesn't necessarily deal with the signal it's sending in and out. Just having electricity in that area can also increase circulation and oxygenation. Very similar to pulse electromagnetic field therapy, which is another therapy we offer, which I have another video about that if you want to go watch that one. But essentially, sessions with this last from anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. We can move it all over the different parts of the body. We can plug in accessories to do extended treatments on certain areas. But essentially, it's a way for people to be able to target specific, so I always describe it like a scalpel. You can target specific issues that you are struggling with in an outside the box way where you don't need to eat anything, consume anything. You really don't have to do anything. The device works with your body, so the body does it all, which is really, really cool. The level and track record of success stories with scanner technology is honestly nothing short of amazing. If you go do some research and read into it, there's a handful of places where people will try to say that it doesn't work, but it's been well accepted and validated in about 20 different countries, including the United States. Of course, here it's looked at as like a TENS unit. It can reduce muscle pain and swelling. It's an over-the-counter device. So I can't make medical claims or give health advice. I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm simply a researcher and health coach and organic holistic beauty professional that specializes in these technologies. But what I can do is give you advice about where to go about getting a device, how to learn how to use a device, and how to get past the curveballs of changing to something new and trying something new that is sort of so unusual compared to what we're used to when we're trying to deal with our health challenges and take care of our health. But essentially, it gives you like the ability to have a portable device to work on yourself or family or friends, or to come in and get therapy sessions on things that are bothering you For, 30-minute sessions cost $60 and 1-hour sessions are $100. And, that may sound like a lot, but that's active stimulation we're doing. So we're going around and we're working with your body to help get you where you want to go and changing the settings and getting the device to basically channel into your specific set of issues. And it's all subjective, so we're working with you the whole way, asking you questions about what if it's helping or hurting, if we need to change the setting, if we need to change the intensity. For most people, it's a pretty relaxing therapy. It can be done clothed, partially clothed, unclothed, depending on where we're doing the treatment. And usually, anytime we're doing anything unclothed, of course, we'll use a spa table with blankets and everything to keep you comfortable, and only be focused on the areas that you're needing work in. For skincare, it's awesome for skin tightening and awesome for boosting the activity of skincare in the skin. And so it's just, there's 200 plus settings in the device, and there's literally thousands of different scenarios and ways to use the device to achieve really powerful results for whatever it is that you want to focus on. And we love to pair this with our PEMF. So we love to pair the two together because the results are even more powerful for clients, whether it's a beauty treatment we're working on, an anti-aging treatment we're working on, or a reverse aging treatment we're working on, or a health challenge that a client comes to us with wanting to subjectively experiment with electrotherapy to see if it gives them any help. My biggest disclaimer is that, I'm not a medical facility, I'm not a medical provider, I am just a advocate of trying new things and thinking outside the box and looking for new solutions to our world's problems. And if you are interested in booking a Scenar session with us, please do not hesitate to visit our website, CordellChristianSalon.com. Feel free to reach out and give us a call or a text at 469-873-0368. I'm going to be launching a professional course coming up on electromedicine, which includes Scenar, PEMF, cold laser, and a combination of other therapies, all blended together, a comprehensive course for practitioners. So if you're a doctor, a nurse practitioner, anyone in the medical field who's interested in these types of devices and therapies and want a deep, in-depth working knowledge, because I've learned about every kind of device and company that produces these, all the different protocols for all different kinds of these electrotherapies, and I really put the time in to be able to put it together for people to be able to make the smartest decision about what they want to use. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope to hear from you soon. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook, please consider liking our page. And if you're interested in coaching or consulting about this technology, please just reach out to us via email, CordellChristianSalon@gmail.com. Thanks so much, and see you next time.